Hey, I'm Shane from Shane's Lumbar. I'm here today with Suzanne, one of our litigation attorneys, and we're going to talk about one of the cases where she got a great result. This was MM's case. Suzanne, tell us, how did this accident occur?
Sure. So MM was in bumper-to-bumper traffic. She was a Virginia resident, and she was visiting some family here in North Carolina. Traffic had slowed down. MM began to slow down. The car in front of her did not, and she was rear-ended at about 45 miles per hour and then pushed into the car in front of her.
That's not the great way to start a vacation or to finish one, I guess. What were her injuries, right in the beginning of the case?
Sure. So unfortunately, she was pushed forward. She hit her head on the windshield. So some of the most immediate injuries were symptoms of concussion. So she had mental fog, she had nausea, she had difficulty speaking, difficulty remembering, and then she was eventually diagnosed first with just concussion, later with traumatic brain injury, and then she also suffered some low back pain.
Wow.
Radiating into her legs. It was eventually diagnosed with a disc herniation.
All right, so obviously I'm going to say massive impact. I mean, if it slung her forward and she hit her head on the window, got concussed, and then the back injury as well. Ultimately, what kind of treatment did she need?
So she did several years of physical therapy, a lot of epidural injections, some pain management treatment, and then eventually she got a lumbar fusion, obviously on her lower back.
Wow. All right. So how did the case get resolved?
So there was a few different insurance companies for the defense involved. They had made some pretty low offers in pre-litigation. So we filed the lawsuit, did some discovery and depositions, and then eventually they paid a more fair value for the case.
Oh, great. How did she feel at the close of the case?
I think she was happy with the results. Obviously, she would have rather not gone through all of it, but she was just happy to be able to pay off the surgery bill and have some in her pocket as well.
Okay, great. Well, it sounds like it was a long fight. How long did this whole thing take?
So I would say about, since the point of the wreck up until it got resolved, probably about 2 years.
Okay, so a while. So it certainly wasn't a quick process, and it sounds like you had to do a lot of fighting along the way to get it resolved. Would that be right?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right. Well, it sounds like she was lucky to have you on her team, and it sounds like you got her a great result on a difficult case. I know anytime you have fusions and things like that, a lot of times the insurance company wants to fight it and argue and all that, which is what I guess happened here.
And there was a contributory negligence defense. They claimed that she had hit the car in front of her first, and then the defendant hit her, but their story didn't make a lot of sense.
All right, and we see that a lot of times where the other side just sort of throws mud in the air and tries to muddy the waters and blame somebody else, right?
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like she was lucky to have you on our team, and it sounds like you got a great result. For all of our listeners out there, if you hit like and subscribe down below for more client victories from Shane's Law. Remember, hit the bell for notifications, and if you're in pain, call Shane, 980-999-9999.
In pain, so I call Shane, 980-999-9999. In pain, call Shane.